Welcome, comrades, to the Degenerate Nation podcast. Still struggling to say the Degenerate Nation podcast, even though I'm completely sober. But yes, comrades, we are going to have a special guest today in studio, Mr. Vladimir Putin, Russian premier or prime minister, or whatever his official title is. I'm sure he'll correct me on that and threaten me with violence. But you know what? I'm brave. I'm ready to handle this interview. In the meantime, blippity bloopity bloopity bloop. I just got that's just a text message from him. He's going to be running behind. So, yep, hold on a moment.
Hey, Putin's running a little behind. Going out to pick up some Nutrigrain bars. Feel like I'm going to need some energy and for the interview, and because he's a rather intimidating man, I want to be charged up, puff my chest out through the strength and power of Nutrigrain bars and the deliciousness of them. No, they're not one of our sponsors. I just happen to enjoy them from my youth and naturally assume that they're an energy bar. I don't really research things. So, while I'm on the way to and fro the store here, I'm going to throw out some ideas to our listeners. We've been fielding offers for sponsors, but we don't want to clog up our broadcast with too many ads. I want to keep this as authentic as possible while still keeping the lights on in the studio. So the first one we got pitched from is called Pull Out. It's a condom brand, and their slogan apparently is so thin you better just pull out. I think it needs some work. I don't think it's very strong lead to suggest that a condom might not work. I think that's what they're implying there. So, but if they cough up more than some of our other pitches here, then by all means. All right, we also got Trump's Puerto Rican campaign. I don't understand that. Puerto Ricans can't vote. I mean, the ones in New York, they can surely vote, but I mean those that dwell in the province of the territory of Puerto Rico. I don't think he's spending much money there. I think he's just trying to put his name and face out there as to as many places as possible. So, but maybe he might be able to waste some money on us. So we'll consider that. Oh, excuse me there. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Biden's bidets. That's interesting. Okay, so apparently Joe Biden's got a line of bidets. That might. You know what? I'm thinking that's going to the top of the list there, because why have bidets not caught on in America yet? They're just a nice cool splash after if you trash the toilet there. I think it's just a great addition to anyone's day. So we have Biden's bidets, thumbs up to that. And if maybe that's one of his, actually just a super PAC shell corporation. But by all means, we'll take your money, Mr. Biden, and your bidets. What else we got here? Those are pretty strong. Let's see. We got another condom company. Interesting. Is that? I don't even know if this is readable. No, we're gonna skip that one. We got Trucker Lube. It's just called Trucker Lube. It's a sexual lubricant that's targeted to the trucker market. When it's time to fuck, and get some trucker lube. Okay, well that's an interesting product, probably useful. Okay, so we'll consider these, and looks like got a Nutrigrain bar in hand. Thank you to the clerk. A big shout out to Ahmed, good guy. even want to be on mic here. All right, and I'm heading back now. So, I'm going to throw some other sponsors our way here, or actually some websites that we've been considering starting, and maybe they can eventually become sponsors. And that one was mentioned by a previous collaborator of mine. It was poopsandtoilets.org. I don't really know what it does yet. There's already Rate My Poo out there, so I don't think it's going to be pictures of poo or anything like that. But maybe it could be something interesting. Let's see. Oh wait, Applebee's. Apparently we got an email from Applebee's saying, please stop coming to our restaurants and asking to podcast them. Okay, well, we'll skip that. Let's see. We got a preschool that we've thought of. It's just called Start Fresh. It's for people that are redoing preschool that are in elementary school. Just instead of held back, they're getting bounced back. And I think that'd be really good, because I think the idea of making people graduate at a certain age is kind of ludicrous. I mean, if it takes some people 7 years or more to get through college or whatever, why do we rush people through elementary school? So maybe you've taken some missteps and you want to go back. Well, we got you. Fresh start preschool. So I think that's going to be a real winner. We got another one. This is a website, cuckolddreams.com. With the Ashley Madison situation, I think there's a big market freed up, where they'd be accepting Bitcoin. Okay, so but it's actually for the people who want their spouses or significant others to hook up with other people and either watch or not watch. So it's called Cuckold Dreams. That's Cuckold Dreams, DREAMZ.com. So we launched that one, and protect the information where we're going to be accepting Bitcoins or cash. Okay. Or both. Alright, so here we go. I'm back, and heading back to the studio, almost there, and really excited to have our conversation with Putin. I think you guys will really enjoy it. I hope so. He's a frightening man, so anything goes. Alright, well, I'll see you in a minute here, and in the meantime, I'm going to put you through to the Soviet anthem, which I think it will really set the mood, set the tone for the interview. All right. Flying solo tonight with this podcast here in studio, so hopefully Putin doesn't kill me. Not that two of us could really take him on. I mean, he wrestles bears, and he's pretty strong. He's got a nice body, so I wouldn't really stand much of a chance there. But I'm very proud to welcome him as a guest on the Degenerate Nation podcast. Welcome, Mr. Putin. How are you today? Good. It's a pleasure to be here in radio station. American radio comedy station. Is this going to be funny? Well, a lot of that's on you. Well, what do you think? Yes. I will make the people laugh. I will make Americans bow before me as comedy god. Alright, man, I'm really not going to dispute anything you say. I gotta say also that I'm a real big fan of your work. Well, not your work, but, you know, your just kind of existence as a figurehead for what was a thriving empire, and I was, you know, in a vastly improving country. You know, I respect your leadership and your KGB background, and I'm not just saying these things because you can kill me with your bare hands. I'm really impressed by you. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, as you know, as our listeners know, world leaders are people too. Most of them, anyway. And like all people, they have hobbies. George W. Bush paints, Bill Clinton groped women, and Abraham Lincoln loved the theater. So, Mr. Putin, why don't you tell me about your hobby, why you came on to in the studio here to join us and share your art with us? Yes, thank you again for having me on the show. I am very prepared to dominate your program with my artistic excellence and achievement. My poetic dominance will reign over your listeners, will stir their souls to deepest regions. You will come to worship me not only as world leader of most dominant nation of past, present, future, but also as your greatest poet. Alright, so you've prepared some poetry. I really, really impressed. I'm excited to hear this. Yes. Alright, how many poems you want to share with us? I will select as many as I choose. I am, you know, in charge of interview. You listen, yes? Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, now we begin. Listen, American people. Okay, this is poetry of Vladimir Putin, masculine artist. Loss of Virginity by Vladimir Putin. She was my babysitter. I developed early, my puberty like swift vengeance. She admired the way I played with my toys, how I became their master. Built many tower of blocks just to make crumble before me. The seeds of my dominance of nation and women, she cultivated her flower for me. Preservation of orifice, ultimate tribute. I am no longer baby to sit. I am a man. A man takes. There was so much blood. Oh, wow, that's pretty intense, Mr. Putin. Yes. Is the base that you have a babysitter growing up? Yes. There is truth in art, all truth. I take babysitter. I make love to babysitter. She worshiped me. I no longer needed babysitter, but I take her many times after. Diminishing return on satisfaction. No further poems about the babysitter. Alright. Okay, well, what else you got for us? You like first one, yes, of course. It is, how you say in America, rhetorical question. Now listen. I'm listening and I really wanted to eat that Nutrient bar, but you know, as I said, I'm not going to challenge anything that you want here. So hopefully, I just want to get out of this interview unscathed now at this point. Okay, go ahead, sir. Yes. This poem is called Gun Control. Gun Control by Vladimir Putin. The proletariat cannot be trusted to possess weapons. Guns are designed for great men to holster adjacent to massive genitals and use on those who do not pledge subservience to the state as a violent and necessary tool to enforce the capitulation of such fear-minded fools who do not coalesce with my spectacular vision. Automatic weapons in the hands and hearts of righteous authority. Masterful solution to insidiousness of autonomy. Now and forever. Relinquish your gun, prole, or I shall seize it and demonstrate its succulent power. Wow, when you said gun control, I was expecting some type of progressive plea for stricter gun laws, save lives, but I guess that makes sense, given who you are, and so you want to take the guns from the proletariat so that all the power belongs at the top with you and your mercenaries. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Oh God, I hope he doesn't kill me. What? Nothing. Mr. Putin, I gotta say, the way you read your poems, it's like your inflection, your voice, your accent even seems to change and waver. Yes, it is all like great artist. You perform around the world. You take part of them with you. It is like show Breaking Bad when Walt killed Mike Ehrmantraut. He starts to drink same drink. Did you notice this? Actually, yeah. My favorite show of all time. I came up with a fan fiction concept when I was in the shower one day. Enough. Like I say, I'm here for a short time. I wish to dominate, and you are getting in the way of this. Do not do this again. No. Yes, my accent change while read poem. I get very emotional. Sometimes I sound Irish, perhaps. Sometimes I sound Middle Eastern. But it is maybe I am nervous. Okay, maybe a sensitive man is me. I have trouble holding self together when I do my art. But when art is complete, I am again filled with rage. And you will respect this. Fuck. Okay, go ahead. What do you got? Guns, Bears, Mystery Lovers by Vladimir Putin. Guns, bears, mystery lovers. These I own. Everything is possession. Gun, bang, murder complete. Bear I wrestle, conquer. Bear, acquiesce to me. Bear, now my violent puppet. Strange women bewitched by my power. Temporary lovers to subjugate beneath the shroud of my macho greed. Everything is possession always. Oh man, okay. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Next. Yes. Emotional discharge by Vladimir Putin. I shed no tears for fears of weaker men. All men weaker than me. I drink your emotional discharge from pimp cup, the salt of your wounds, and eat your pain with its strange aftertaste of chicken bouillon. That's somewhat esoteric there. Very interesting. Silence. Cities of Ash by Vladimir Putin. Soon I will view the fall of free nations.
former Soviet states pulverized into gleeful submission as I cruise through cities of ash in my exquisite motorcade. Thumbs up out window, your master approve. Oh my God! Now this is. Are you essentially threatening the West with your poetry? Art is open to interpretation. Everything subjective. Just as all Russian men, women, children, dogs, and other beasts and bacteria are subject to me, Vladimir Putin. Do you question this? Do you question subjectivity of art? No, I don't. Good. Now, I perform poem deeply, how do you say, meaningful to my heart. This is wife. Oh, this is going to be rather a heartfelt wife by Vladimir Putin. Wife is carcinogenic distortion of idealism, with nary a moment of release from disappointment. Wife is tapeworm feasting on my insides. Wife is earwax, preventing me from here. Feeble, succulent cries of helpless masses I subjugate. I detest wife's scent, financial imprudence, inability to make borscht, barren capacity for exhibit emotion, facial aesthetic, womb. To procure murder of wife is to dig pipeline to exultant inner peace required to maintain ultimate focus on the rekindled flame of Soviet aggression and dominance until the skies burn red with my anger and unstable atmosphere of freedom dissipates and the scattered resistance choke on the rising smoke of my flawless victory, and those with the wisdom to acquiesce without necessary of punishment are rewarded with absence of choice, unfettered bliss, and as smoke clears, the normalcy of my dominance permeates the robotic minds of man and beast, and all creatures breathe my totalitarian smoke. Wife is fart bubble I must pop, so I may sing my unchained melody, a haunting lullaby to Mother Russia, with violent xenophobic undertones. This is Wife by Vladimir Putin. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I guess, if this was open mic right now, you'd be given the flashlight here, but, since you've essentially commandeered this program, alright, just keep going. I'm probably going to cry as I eat some Nutri-Grain bars after this, but, I want, before we continue with, I guess, your last poem here, I do want to thank you for coming in. You're actually our first official interview, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day of apparently setting your sights on world domination, to come in and perform for us. I do appreciate. Yes, enough. This is Soul Authority. Soul Authority by Vladimir Putin. I am sole authority on historical record. Dinosaurs exist only if I declare it so. All wars, flawless victories. All rivers flow to Moscow. All women flush with bombastic fervor of my expunged lust. Orgasm always achieve. Drainage of totalitarian seed into unworthy orifice of pearls. Never result in conception. High fives for my genital manipulation given only with my written consent on state-approved stationery. I am the meat on every woman a plate, all other men like flaccid display of parsley. I am sole authority on breeding and woman capacity for satisfactory living condition. Sole Authority by Vladimir Putin. You are fucking welcome. America, I will become the greatest poet in history of world. Walt Whitman can suck on my poetry. He is garbage poems. I am poetic brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, Vladimir Putin, everybody. He's just informed me that he's going to be a regular contributor to my website, so I have mixed feelings about this. Kind of need the exposure. I don't really know how to program anything, so maybe he can lend me some Russian programmers, and hopefully they won't put malware on my computer after I finally got it cleaned out. But I really am going to accept this. So I hope you liked the poetry of Vladimir Putin. He's also instructed me to not take down the poster I have of him. And he did appreciate the selfie I took of myself in front of the poster. I actually took a Polaroid of, and I sent it to him in a letter, and he responded, and this is how this interview came to be. I'm sorry. Good night.